So I always start my workouts with either a hip opening or ab type movement, in which case today we'll do an ab movement before getting onto legs. So what we've got here, we've got this pretty cool little downward facing ramp into where we do our training, which comes pretty handy for doing things like decline crunches, which we're going to do now, and also for anything where you need your feet to be pointing downwards at a decline slope, such as close foot squats, which is also going to be included in today. So let's just set you up right around there. Now, of course, if you don't have this kind of a ramp, if you've got a bench, you can do pretty much the same thing. But so to get into the position, essentially, I just want my feet to be over the uh, end of the decline so that my torso is facing in this downward angle. And essentially, what I want to do is I'm trying to arch my back quite a bit so that my rib cage is pointing forward. This will be the start of my movement. And at the entire throughout the entire duration of the exercise, I'm going to lift my knees slightly and try and tense my lower pelvis here. So this part of me is going to be moving while this one stays tense throughout the movement. So, and it's very short movement. Generally, let's go for 50 reps on the first set. Honestly, don't know how many that was. As you can see, it's a very warm, sunny morning. So we're coming towards the, I guess, closer to the end of spring now, and it's gonna start getting pretty hot. This set number two. I think that was 35. And the final set, for no reason in particular, I always just do 3 sets of the beginning exercises, whether it's some sort of abs or some sort of hip opening exercise. I generally just do 3 sets of that, and then we go into the little bit more meaty stuff where we can go up to 4 sets or even 5 sets sometimes. Okay. By this time, you already feel pretty tired in the targeted area, in which case today it's our abs. Oh, 36. So, pro tip, for getting off or getting out of this position, you'll notice I can bring my leg forward and then just use the weight of my leg to swing myself back up. Uh, there we go. So, we can start with our warm-up sets of leg work. So, very light stuff. Couple supersets between general squats and stiff-legged deadlifts type deadlift variation. Let me just go get the bands, and you'll be able to see what that looks like. There we go. So, warm-up sets. We've been sticking to 4 sets lately instead of 3 for warm-up. It makes me feel a little bit warmer for obvious reason. So we'll do supersets between the antagonistic or the opposing muscle groups for our uh, leading muscles that we are starting the workout with. So in which case we're legs, so quads and hamstring, glutes. So okay, now obviously this is a little bit too slack for me to get a deep or a nice stretch for my stiff leg deadlift, so I'll grab underneath the handles, and to shorten it even further, I'll take a length of the band with me. Set 1 done. We'll do one exact replica of that next. And then set 3, we add in a second band, so twice the resistance, same amount of reps, 20. And then set 4, stick with the second band, and we'll go down to 15 reps instead. And that's our warm-up focus done. You can hear the birds singing in the background. Okay, let's double up. One more set. Might as well get some stuff proactively ready for what's coming next. Final set of warm up. Quite a lot of warm up. I like to be warm. I'd rather do more warm up than get hurt or not be able to perform. Oh, there we go. That band has been done for quite some time. So these resistance tubes, I generally only use them for warm-ups for the sake that they're not super strong, as you can see. and they break every now and then, but they're cheap and they're easy to replace. I've got a bunch at home, so I generally just keep 3 or 2 with me when I come to work out, and then whenever they break like this, then I'll just replace it. So obviously I only came with 2 today, so the final warm-up, we're just going to bang out an additional 20 with the light single tube again. Feels like nothing So these bands, they generally will snap either when they're pretty old or they've been through it quite a bit, like they have with me, or if it's really hot on the day and you're doing a lot of stuff that's, I guess, in the sun. If it's anchored around something made out of metal, obviously it's going to deteriorate much, much, much faster, which is why I always use the material anchors no matter where I am. And also, if it's really cold and the bands become a little bit rigid, then I find that they might also snap. So that's why we stick to just doing mostly warm-ups and the extremely light stuff with this, because I don't really want to be going for absolute failure on something and having this type of thing snap in my face. But there you have it. First band snapped. Congratulations.